You're listening to Punisher Waterfowls, the Union 0430 podcast. Brought to you by Real Geese Decoys, the most technologically advanced silhouette decoy on the market. First Light, the best hunting gear on the planet. Go farther, stay longer. And Ducklander Calls, tradition, education, and quality. Built to hunt.
Happy birthday to
Oh, you fuck right
off. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 185 of the Union 0430. And like I said earlier on my post, well, this is like 4 days after the fact, but it is Philly's birthday today. So happy birthday, Philly.
Thanks, lads.
And listen,
Golf clap.
Golf clap. And listen, everybody, if you're listening to this or watching it and Phil's volume is very loud, just deal with it, because it's amazing enough that we've got him wearing earbuds. We're not going to fuck around with his volume and getting him changing settings, because it'll take the moons of Andor aligning before that happens. So
Buddy, that's above my pay grade.
Moons of what?
The what?
Moons of what?
The moons of Andor.
Nerd.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a Star Wars nerd. I get it. Hey, everybody. Before we kick off, please check out our great sponsors that's been with us for so long. Please send them some love. Craig Mintz and Real Geese, been with us right from the start. Bobby Hayes and Ducklander Calls, and of course, First Light Hunting. Three great brands that have been with us for a very long time. So please send them some love. And of course, it was only last week that it was Captain Jeff Coates' birthday, the voice of the Union 0430. So we wished him happy birthday. That was awesome. Now it's Philly's birthday. And we're going to celebrate that. And of course, we're going to have some fun because Philly hasn't been here now for a couple weeks. And we've got
2 in a row. That's like unheard of.
I know. And we've got to pick his brain on some of his trials and tribulations. And of course, it's great to have Mark back too, who's been very, very busy lately. And so we'll get talking to Mark, but poor old Craig's at soccer tonight. Wah, wah.
He's watching bad acting. Dive! Oh my God, he walked past me. Oh, I broke my knee. Fucking wankers.
And
there's nothing I love more. Okay, keep in mind, I've had like 2 beers, maybe 6. There's nothing I love more than those YouTube reels of like soccer versus hockey.
Yeah.
Ovechkin gets a tooth knocked out by a puck on the bench, walks it off. Guy in soccer, someone walks past him and he goes down like he's been shot with a cannon.
Have you been seeing some of the and I think it's ESPN because that's what PK Subban is on. So him going with that Stephen A guy and Shannon Sharp with Paul Bissonnette and all of them going back and forth. Like, who's the toughest athlete out there? Is it a hockey player? Is it a football player? And it's really that's who it's coming down between hockey and football, right? Basketball doesn't even.
No,
yeah,
not on the radar. It's right up there with like golf and tennis.
Yeah, like LeBron gets leg cramps and he's carried off on a fucking stretcher, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, who was that guy, Mark? Remember a couple years ago, he was playing for Philly and he took the puck to the face like a slap shot, like broke his. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Jeremy Roenick.
No, not Jeremy Roenick. It was I forget his name. I remember he had like it was his face was hamburger, man. It was nasty, and he tried to come out, tried to come back out, and the trainers wouldn't let him. So,
how about the guy that had a fucking heart attack on the bench?
Oh yeah, there's that.
Back in, coach. You realize you flatlined like 3 minutes ago and were clinically dead. So put me back in. That was the best of all time. Guy, like they're fucking. I don't know. They're doing CPR or hitting him with the freaking.
Oh, defibrillator.
The fucking booster cables. And okay, I'm good. No. You think legit we're dead 3 minutes ago.
Charlie McAvoy from Boston. He took a big old gash right here last night.
Oh, did he?
And he was back on the ice literally 2 minutes later for the power play of the penalty that caused the gash on his head.
Who was it?
I think Charlie McAvoy is an American too, right?
Yes.
I don't think he's Canadian. I think he's American.
But he's a good hockey player, right?
Oh, fucking right.
Way back in the day, was it Tim Horton that played with a broken leg?
No, that was Bobby Bond, and
Bobby
he scored.
Bond?
And he scored the winner for the
Bobby
Leafs to win.
Bond playing with a broken leg. Yeah, we'll give you a couple of shots to the old or fucking freezing shit and get back in there, kid.
There's a story of Gordie Howe back in the day, and Gordie Howe was a tough, mean fucking hockey player when he was with Detroit. And there's a story that he took an elbow or a high stick or something and got cut open, and he was bleeding like a stuffed pig, and went into the trainer, and the trainer stitched him up. And he gets up and he's about to, leave the training room, and the trainer was starting to clean everything up, and he said, "No, you don't need to pack that stuff away. There will be a guy coming in right after me, the same guy that just did this to me. So just leave your stuff right there. He'll be in a minute.
Don't go far." I remember it was those like Heritage Canada commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Jacques Plante took a puck to the face?
Oh yeah, that was
the goalie.
Because he was the first NHL. Well, he was the first goalie to wear a mask, right?
Yeah. Yeah, gets his face just split right open. Yeah. Throw me a couple stitches. I got another period to go.
Yeah, give me that leather mask. That's going to make a big difference.
Soccer player, career-ending injury.
Yeah.
That's
anyway.
Awesome.
So while we're on the topic of things, I got a lovely message from our one of our beloved fans, James from Got to Bite Salmon Lures.
Okay,
James, if you're listening and or watching, because I know you are, because God bless you. As promised, sir, I am sucking back a beautiful Partagas Series D number 4 from the back porch of the Christian estate here. We are going live on the outside.
The Christian estate.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
We're kicking it old school. Philly's outside having a cigar, crushing pints. Just like the good old days.
I was gonna, on that post today with Phillies, I was really gonna, add in some hashtags, 18.5-foot boat, 6-gallon bucket, those kind of things. But we all know who Philly is. He doesn't need no introduction. Everybody knows.
The boat jokes. That ship has sailed. Dad jokes at its finest. These fucking earplugs are gonna drive me freaking nuts. Anyways,
stop your piss moaning. Hey, listen. So, speaking of piss moaning, let's get into
Philly's turkey season.
Let's do it.
Fuck.
Yeah, let's do it, Philly.
Where do I begin? Opening day. So I've got a few properties. One is like an absolute, it's just a gold mine. Like I don't even bother scouting at this point because there's just so many freaking birds. So I actually tried getting down to like this particular property. I set up like on the roost. Like the birds roost 70 yards behind me. So I tried getting down to there. Oh, it was like 2 days before opener. And I start driving down the gravel road into the property. Like it's private gravel road on the property. I start driving down the road. Well, I get 40 yards. There's the flock of turkeys out in the field. I'm like, well, guess I'm not doing this. So I get the binos out. I glass out. I counted like, I don't know, 4 or 5 toms, pile of hens, whatever. I'm like, sweet. Know where I'm going to be. So take my dad out opening morning. We get down to the spot and I'm like, whatever. We kick the leaves out. We make a bunch of noise, whatever. We get set up. Perfect. We're just into legal light. Well, doesn't a hen fly out of a tree like 30, 35 yards to our left and then touch down? I'm like, whoa. Well, that was close because we legit walked right past you coming in. Now, mind you, going into the spot, it's like no lights allowed. no headlamps, no flashlights, no nothing. Like you can see in the horizon as like the sun's starting to peak, like you know where the tree is to sit. So we get seated out. This hen touches down. Okay, cool. There's a girl. Well, it wasn't like 2 minutes later, to our right, another hen pops out with a tom. And I want to say he was probably 15 yards at the closest at one point. And like I'm kind of watching him and her, and then I'm watching the other hen, and there's like gobbling going on behind us, this and that. So he kind of started drifting out. He was probably out, I'd say 30-ish yards, and I'm like, screw this. I'm like, Dad, roast him. Well, Dad pulled the trigger. I'm not too sure what he was aiming at, but pulled the trigger. Bird jumps up. Bird lands, starts to make a beeline. Dad pulls trigger again, poked a second hole in the sky, and there goes the bird. I'm like, oh, here we go again. This isn't the first time I've seen my old man miss a turkey off this tree. So, like, I just kind of sit there and just kind of gather my thoughts. And it wasn't like a couple minutes later, well, two toms come out from our left. Now, the downfall is there was a little bit of shrubbery between, like literally 5 feet in front of me, between me and the birds. And I'm horrible at gauging like depth perception when it comes to like having to look through shrubs. So I seen these two toms come out. So the one came out and he was acting pretty hanky, and then the second one came out and he was full strut and he didn't care. He, like I got the mojo in the pants and let's do this. So I get, literally opening the diaphragm, and they gobbled, and I'm watching them, and they petered back where they came from. Well, stupid me. Like sometime later, I got up and went over to where the birds were standing and looked back to where we're sitting. I'm like, I could have shot you twice.
Oh, yeah.
So they gone. So then Dad and I went out the next morning to another spot. We seen like 6 hens, 0 gobbling, nothing. So that was a bust. And then I took out my neighbor and his daughter last Friday. And it was my neighbor, like he hasn't hunted turkeys in about 10 years. And this was his daughter's first ever turkey hunt. And I think, well, she just turned 16 a few weeks ago. So I take them out. We go back to, I said, money spot. And like the boys were fired up. And again, right behind us, I was sitting next to her, and then her dad was on her other side. I look over and like, she's got like just the crazy shakes. I'm like, this is awesome. Like, you're jacked. Birds are jacked. It's going to go down. Well, we had 3 jakes come out, but they hung up just on the point where, like, for a right-handed shooter, you couldn't stretch that far enough to shoot them without getting burned. And like, I really wanted to see her get a bird. More importantly, it would have been cooler to see her and her dad get a bird together, because he's never shot a turkey either.
Oh.
And yeah, they just hung up just that hair outside. I'm like, oh, this sucks. And so we did a bunch of running and gunning, didn't come to fruition. And then this morning, Dad and I go back out to that same spot. Piles of gobbling. Okay, here we go. We've seen like 4 hens walk out in front of us out in the middle of the field. Heard one gobble out in front of us to the right on this tree line. Didn't pay no attention to it. So I'm kind of sitting there peering to my right, and I can see the black dots coming. Well, here comes 4 jakes, like 15 yards. And I don't shoot jakes until the last week of the season when I get right desperate. So here's these 4 jakes, 15 yards, bopping around, doing whatever, and they're still gobbling behind them that I can't see, like whether it's more jakes or toms. So I'm like, come on, like just do it, like suck into the decoys, drag the toms with, maybe they'll come in, try to beat your ass, whatever the case may be. No, they kind of petered back to where those toms were, and I seen the one tom out in the middle of the field. He came out, he was 150, 200 yards. Hung out with the 4 hens out in the center of the field, and then they petered off and did a bunch more running and gunning, and just it was not in the cards. Again, I fucking hate turkeys. End quote.
End quote.
Yeah.
Philly, I am not gonna lie to you. I totally fucking zoned you out that whole time you were talking.
That's fine.
And
I was paying attention, Bill.
Yeah, I know Mark was. My brain is like squirrel lately.
Hey,
like
you can listen back to this on Monday when it gets aired.
Yeah, I can, and perhaps I should. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping there was going to be a little bit more drama, like when you had messaged us after the first day of the seasoner. I was hoping that it was like I got a fucking flat tire going in, changed my tire, got in, and some dude was set up underneath my spot, and I thought it was going to be a lot more climatic.
Watching my father miss a tom at 30 yards was more than enough for me. Again,
yeah, that'll do it.
This is not the first time he's missed a bird sitting on this tree. Yeah. But he gets excited.
Yep.
Doesn't get his face down on the stalk.
We all know someone like that.
Is what it is.
Yeah, I may have.
If he gets any fucking worse, I'll start calling him triple threat.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't think I've ever missed a turkey, but I did miss a turkey one time. Me and Brian Robar. If it wasn't for Ryan Bro, I wouldn't have got my bird because Ryan was the follow-up shot for me. I shot and didn't fucking raise a feather, and Ryan dummied the bird for me.
The saving grace is I took a buddy out on Tuesday.
I seen that picture.
Guy that I recently met. Turns out, we know a bunch of the same people. That's not. So he's like, look, I'm new into this thing. I really want to get out. I'm like, dude, you want to get out? Let's go. So I took my buddy out, Alex, on Tuesday and went to one of my other spots. So we get set up and we had 3 hens walk out. One of the hens was bearded and like she had a rope on her.
Straight from Chernobyl.
Straight out of fucking Hamilton. Sorry, Mitch. Anyways, she was a handsome lady, let me tell you.
The Kirk circus freaks.
Big old fucking knuckle dragging beard on her. So these 3 hens come walking out and like they're right out in the center of the field in front of us. I'm like, all right, cool. Like there's some birds, whatever. But like zero gobbling, nothing. So like we're sitting there and we're just in set on this tree line a little bit. Perfect kind of like little cutout. So like the birds can't see you unless they're like literally dead in front of you. So we're sitting there piddle putting whatever. These hens are out there bebopping around, picking kernels of corn and bugs and shit. So I kind of lean out with the binos to look down the tree line, and sure enough, here comes 2 black dots. I'm like, ah, shit. So I peel back in. I'm like, Alex, fucking get your gun up. Here they come. So these 2 jakes come in and they were like, again, 15, 20 yards. One kind of, he tried growing a set of balls and got into like a half strut. And I'm like, fucking shoot that one.
Yeah.
So again, being new to the sport, there was a bit of shrubbery in front of Alex, like total like shootable through shrubbery, like some little buckthorn saplings, whatever. I'm like, shoot him. And like the birds are starting to get hanky, right? As he's like trying to move his gun and stuff. And finally he got the gun in a good spot and he rolled this one Jake. Well, sure enough, doesn't it come in as a double bearded Jake?
Oh yeah.
So that was cool. My old man shot a double bearded Jake a few years ago at another spot we were hunting. So we got a second.
I'd shoot a Jake on opening day, no problem.
My old man will shoot one Jake over 5 toms any day. Yeah,
I would too.
Way better.
I just, to me, like I don't,
I'm gonna shoot that fucking cat.
Would I get excited?
Look at my ring piece. Hey, it's my chocolate starfish.
Would I get excited over a monster tom? Yes, I would get excited over a monster tom, but I don't think I would pass on a Jake on opening morning. I'm 99% sure that I would say, yeah, fuck it. I'll take that Jake.
I'm at the point now where I'm gonna start shooting Jakes next week. Fucking all of them.
That's funny. Mark, what have you been up to, buddy?
House shit, work shit.
Yeah.
Search and rescue shit.
You've been busy, man. Our group chat has been extremely quiet the last week and a half.
Yeah, well, now that I'm working a real job where I have to go to work 5 days a week and do stuff, and
Yeah,
working for the man.
I don't know if anybody from my work listens to this yet, or they know I'm on this, but
they're really cutting into your
people. Yeah. Half of them are adults, half of them are adult children.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to single anyone out.
No,
you know who you are.
Yeah, if by chance you do listen to this, you know who I'm talking about.
So yeah, so most of my job, well, half of my job is managing those people, and the other half is managing the actual work. So
right.
But yeah, that's where I'm at now, work wise, and yeah, like I got to get up early in the morning and go to work.
Yeah,
haven't done that in like 4 years.
Right. Well,
so and then I can't leave until work's over, right? Like those kinds of things.
You've been spoiled for way too long when it comes to work.
I was so spoiled, man.
Punch in, punch out.
That's funny.
To be back into this style of work, and and to be doing something every day and have a purpose and enjoy, and it's something I know too, right? This is the world I know.
Yeah.
And in since I've been there now at this place, the last 2, 3, 4 weeks, the amount of people I've seen that I haven't seen in 10 years.
Oh, really?
Anyways, so every day I'm seeing someone else that I haven't seen in 10 years.
Oh, that's good.
It's cool that way.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, a lot of familiar faces that I know and that I used to enjoy working with. Now I get to work with again.
Awesome. No, that's good, man. I'm happy for you because I know you were happier to get this job. So I'm happy for you because if you can be happy going to work, that's half the battle, right?
Yeah.
If you're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. That's what I said to Phil when he bought that fucking Dodge truck. I was like, "Listen, man, I'll make fun of you."
Did you guys talk about that last week, or was
no,
that?
We did. No, we.
Let's talk about that now.
Because I have not brought that up because Phil hasn't been there, nor have you been here. And between the four of us, Mark, myself, Phil, and Craig, all four of us drove F-150s.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And now Phil has went to the dark side and he's bought a big old fucking Dodge. So, like I said to you that night when you sent us the picture of it, Phil, I'm going to make fun of you, but if you're happy, then I'm happy for you.
Hey, that's my midlife crisis.
Same boat as Damien, but it's still fucking gay.
It's my midlife crisis.
It's my midlife crisis. That's awesome.
Well, actually,
so I do want to ask you. I'm going to stop you from your thought process there. I would like for you to explain your thought process on switching from the Ford to the Dodge,
which is where I was going.
Oh, I'm so fucking
I got
sorry.
you. I got you, brother. Big love. No hate. So I've been researching like the last and believe me, this totally came out a lot faster than I ever anticipated. God bless my wife. I love her. She gave me the blessing. She's like, "Fuck, just do as you want." So I took it as a go buy a truck. Anyways, so it's like some people know, like I wheel a little firewood on the side and whatnot, and like wheeling like big loads of wood and stuff. Like the half ton just wasn't cutting it, and the truck that I had, I could feel the tranny was having issues.
Were you about to blow a tranny?
Yeah. What kind of car was it? No,
he's driving a Dodge.
It was a him. Anyways. So I've been like research like all over YouTube, looking at different trucks, this and that, and models, and like going on the dealer websites and pricing out like packages, like doing builds from scratch. And these fucking earbuds, I'm gonna fucking snap. Anyways, so the Ford that I had, like my last one, I actually went to that dealer and went to the guy that I bought that truck from. I'm like, "Hey, Jamie, what's going on?" looking at a 250. What can we do? And honestly, the only reason I've owned 3 Fords in a row is that keypad on the door. That keypad on the door has been like clutch because like all of us on here, like all the fishing and hunting we do, we're going to godforsaken places. You'll lose your keys, they gone.
Yep.
You ain't getting them back. So like, I throw the keys in like the fucking door, under the seat, cup holder, whatever, and away I go. I come back when I'm done. I hit the keypad on the door, and I'm fucking back in. And we're off to the races.
Yep.
So I go see my guy. I'm like, hey, I want to price out a 250, and like, it wasn't the base model, which is the XL. I went to the XLT. Like, I like a nice truck. I don't need loaded.
Yep.
I don't need loaded, but I want just nice, like bucket.
You're like Mark. You're like Mark that way.
You have a couple, creature comforts.
Yep.
So I priced it out, and like right off the top, he's like $5,000 off. Cool. I like, but like price wise, like the XLT was like still astronomical ish.
Really?
Yeah, like bang for your buck. Like it wasn't quite there. So I even went to a GM dealer and went through with a Silverado, and I didn't even look at GMCs because they're just out in left fucking field for like a base model truck. So I went and priced the Silverado, and again, it was just what you're getting for a truck versus price wise. Again, it just wasn't there again for me. The Dodge, hands down, like you can get a near loaded Dodge for pennies. And I don't care what anyone says, they're all the fucking same. They're all the same. GM, Ford, Dodge, they're all the fucking same. It's the creature comforts and just the odd little fits and finishes here and there, but price wise and whatnot, the Dodge was where it was at. And honestly, a 2500 Ram has been a lifelong dream, whatever. So,
well, good for you, buddy.
It's come to fruition, and she's fucking thirsty because I didn't get the diesel. I got the gasser, and she likes the gasoline.
Are you going to take those baby shoes off it and put some real tires on it?
She got half decent rubber. She ain't no fucking city truck. But once I burn the factory rubber off, I'll upgrade just a hair and just get something, like nothing crazy. Like we're not going like full on 37-inch motors.
No, of course. Well, if she's already eating gas,
there's no point in making it fucking worse.
yeah, absolutely.
But I'll look at like some KO2s or something half
like
decent.
with trucks. Like I don't know, right? Like I haven't priced out a truck in a long time. But I know here there's some pretty smoking deals on Fords right now. But again, I never really looked at F-250s either. And I'm different than you and Merck when it comes to the truck. Like I don't need the platinum, but
that's above my pay grade.
But when I bought the Lariat back in 16,
even the Lariat is above my pay grade.
Yeah, see, but it had to be hard for me to drop down below a Lariat now. Yeah, it would, just because I like leather seats. I like the cooled seats, which the dealer that I deal with, she tells me I'm the only person that she's ever known that actually likes those cooled seats. What, of the cooled seats?
Not a huge fan of those cold seats.
No,
I've been in. So I was on like a construction detail one day with a fellow coworker, and we were in his car. I can't remember for the life of me what he had, but he had like the heated and chilled seats in his car. And when it's 35 fucking degrees out, and in your like full kit, standing on asphalt for 10 hours, them cool seats are pretty damn nice.
But like I said, she said I'm the only person that she knows that likes cooled seats. Everybody else that she ever deals with are like, that's stupid. I don't know why anybody wants cooled seats.
The only So like I really wanted to do a build from like ground up, just so I can get like the bare minimum of what I wanted and not all this other fandangled bullshit. Like when you get into like your 3/4 tons, so your 250s and your 2500s, you get the stupid clearance lights on the roof.
Those aren't stupid, man.
Yes, they are. This is a fucking pickup truck, not a transport. I don't need fucking clearance lights.
On
So
the 3/4 ton and up, you do.
I ended up with the clearance lights on my truck. I really wanted the heated seats, which I had in my F-150, which are great for the winter. Unfortunately, the truck that I picked up didn't have the heated seats, but I got remote start, so
Do you have the upfitter switches?
like the auxiliary switches.
Yeah, there's like usually on 3/4 tons and up, you can get those upfitter switches that are up near where your sunglasses holder is, and you can.
No, my
add
auxiliary
accessories, and the switches are already built in.
my auxiliary switches are down at the
Oh, you
bottom,
have 'em.
like in front of the cup holders.
Oh, okay.
But like with the Dodge, I've got like this 12.5-inch fucking touchscreen. Like it's bigger than the screen on this laptop that we're currently communicating with. Like it is fucking huge.
Yeah.
So like Dodge has a 5-inch, which is like your base model tradesman, like rubber floor contractor grade truck. And they got a few versions with like the 8.4-inch screen, which is great. It's a beautiful size screen. It's my wheelhouse. No, I got stuck with this like 12.5-inch fucking big screen projection. Like it's too much.
That's the same size as mine.
Yeah.
It's great when you hook up your what do you use, Android or Apple, Phil?
Apple.
So your Apple CarPlay or whatever it's called. When you hook that up to it and have your own nav with satellite on that screen, you're gonna love it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love my Apple Maps. Love it.
I want to switch this up a little bit and go somewhere, and I haven't really had a chance to talk to you guys about it. And I know there's some people that's going to roll their fucking eyes at this, but
I'm already rolling my eyes. Carry on.
but planning for the Refuge 2025 is on the way right now. Yeah, I seen that, Mark. I seen the eye roll. So the planning is on the go right now, and it's going to be good next year, man.
Gonna be gooder.
It's going to be gooder. It's going to be gooder, for a lot of reasons, but and I guess the best way to put it, because I haven't put this out completely to all the people that joined us in the Refuge last or just this past spring, but for people that were, sort of, well, I'd like to go to the Toronto Sportsman Show. Don't know if I want to be in the Refuge. But I'd like to be in there, but I don't know. You're going to save a lot of money by coming into the Refuge vice going into a regular spot within the Toronto Sportsman Show. So I'll leave it. Oh yeah. Like
savings are good.
Savings are real good.
Because you know what? Everything's going up in price, but the paycheck.
Yeah. Well, we'll have a package there for people that you'll end up saving $2,000 on your booth.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. So it's taken a bit of back and forth and trying to figure it out, but they've been good to deal with, and they know what my end goal is, and so they've come up with some pretty good pricing, and so I'm soon going to start sending that out to everybody. And there's some cool opportunities for some brands that, especially the brands that are south of the border, that logistically it's just a nightmare to get up to Canada. I'm talking like brands that are in California and the southern states and stuff. That it's just
God bless Mario and the boys at FA and Craig from Rogue East for coming up.
Yeah.
Especially like Mario and the boys, like that's a haul.
Big time.
Like where's Mario State? Out of Washington? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the other side of the universe. That's far. That's like there's a few different time zones between here and there.
Yeah. That's redonkulous. That's
Oh, and a shout out to Mario for wishing me a happy birthday. Thank you, Mario.
I think there was a lot of people that wish you a happy birthday today.
Well, there've been one or two, yeah. And God bless them all. Like fucking Steve Horst, fucking like the list goes on. Like
The
Mitch,
list goes
Trevor,
on.
Jeff Gorin. Thanks,
Yeah.
buddy. James, again, James, having a cigar. Just beyond humbled.
Huh.
So, yeah.
I like how Philly just hijacked my
Yeah,
thought
fuck
process.
whatever. It's my day. Let's be real. It's your show, but it's my fucking day.
Fair. Good
What are you
point.
gonna do? Fire me? I love you, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I did want to I didn't mean to bring this up when you were talking about turkey. And you were talking
Fucking
about
hate
your
turkeys.
buddy when you were talking about your buddy and bringing his kid out. Joe Costanza brought his daughter out and she got her first bird.
Oh,
And
it's awesome.
it is awesome. And I tell you what I loved the most about it was how she looked. Like she looked like she had just been put through the ringer. Her face just blacked out, trying to keep the shine off her face because obviously she didn't want to wear the face mask. So she blacked out her face. And she had a beautiful turkey there that she got herself and stuff. And I just and I remember her because she was at the Toronto Sportsman Show. She was in the Refuge. But you would not recognize her.
Did she look and feel like a haggard 60-year-old? Because that's how I fucking feel after this season.
No, I'm not going to say that. She's a beautiful young girl. So I'm not going to say she
God
looked
bless
like
her.
a haggard 60-year-old, but she definitely. I'll put it to you this way: she didn't sit down in front of a mirror for 2 hours before she went turkey hunting and make sure that her mascara and everything was all fucking good to go before she
Like
went
Jim
out.
Shock.
Like Jim Shockey. That's an inside joke. There's only a few people that'll get that one. And I'm
What's fucking? Oh, there
there
we
she
go.
is. There she is.
God bless our technical advisor,
Well,
Mark Fitch.
well, I'm looking at what are you? Oh yeah.
That's a
So
beautiful tom too.
it
That's a stud.
that is a stud of a bird, and you know
Good
what?
on her.
For her to go out with her dad and to get that bird, I think that's what. And I know we've talked about it a lot on here before, boys, and I know I'm not going to say anything new that you guys don't think the same of and everything too. But I think that's what we need to see more of is people getting out there and just fucking doing it and doing it the right way. And I'm not saying that.
Well, I can tell you, I haven't been doing it the right way for the last 2 weeks.
But congratulations to her, Joe, buddy. You must
Yeah.
be proud because that's amazing. Mark, thanks for being back because I really could have used you last week because when we had Show Me Ducks on last week, I, for the life of me, could not figure out how to get that share my screen up because I'm trying to talk about and bring up pictures of their products and no fucking way could I figure it out.
The whole time Phil was talking about his truck, I was gonna start putting up memes
No, fuck. Here
of
we
Dodge
go.
Ram drivers, and you know what, Phil? It's your birthday. I couldn't do it.
Hey, in fairness, I don't have to fix it or repair it daily.
Mhm.
Not yet.
Hey, I heard a really good acronym today for Petro Canada. And for anybody that's from Western Canada, I'm told they all know this. But it was the first time I heard it today. Petro Canada stands for Pierre Elliott Trudeau. Pierre Elliott Trudeau. PET. I got to write it out. Hold on.
Oh, fuck. Here we go.
Yeah,
We're
sorry.
looking up.
Hey, do you know what Mopar stands for?
No, what?
Move over. People are racing.
Petro Canada. Pierre Elliott Trudeau. Oh, fuck, I can't remember. Fuck.
I got it. I got it.
Jesus.
What
That's
is
a
it?
fail.
I got it.
What is
Oh,
it?
something went wrong.
Oh,
Oh, see, that's the beauty
Dear
about
Elliot Trudeau
Yeah.
rules over Canada.
rules over Canada. Yeah, because it was him that brought in Petro Canada, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
it
why,
was, wasn't it?
that's why
it was
Trudeau was just a rich fucking trust baby.
Yeah. Yeah, it was him that brought it in because it was him that said we should be I guess he thought that it was a good political move for Canada that we had our own national gas station, which is ridiculous because Petro Canada is the most expensive out of all of them, always.
That
But
and his son is anti-gas oil, so
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Just didn't
it's funny how that works.
Yeah, funny, haha, not funny, weird. But boys, again, right? Like this is a show where really didn't have anything planned. Let's people who aren't watching, Phil's fucking earbuds keep falling out. So here's an idea. Here's an idea. Let's start a GoFundMe page.
Right?
So
Like
Phil,
I'd even be happy with like a set of like the big headphones with like the little fucking
That's what you need.
like talk mic wire in front of my
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah. Well,
What a pain in the dick.
I was gonna say
Gaming
we just
headphones.
yeah. I was gonna say we start a GoFundMe page so we can get Phil some fucking plastic surgery so he can like add that little fucking cup in his ears
No,
so he can hold the earbuds in, because that's what your problem is, right?
Yeah.
It's not the earbuds, it's the fact that
Yeah.
which
I lack the cup. So for those that are watching, this is where it pays to like and subscribe to YouTube, folks. Get the full like fucking effect here.
yeah.
Not just audio, but visual.
Mhm.
I lack the little cup here in the bottom to hold shit in my ear. And these goddamn Apple fucking earplugs don't
Scotch
stay in.
tape,
Anyways,
buddy.
I regress.
Scotch tape.
Duct
Just get
tape,
some
bro.
duct
Duct tape.
tape and just fucking wrap it around. He said they don't find you handy, they should at least find you handsome.
Right?
Or no,
I'd even
that was
use
back.
camo duct tape. You wouldn't even see it.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
a beautiful.
so here's a funny one for you. Speaking of duct tape.
Yeah.
So we're at the trailer this weekend, and like we're farting around, whatever, and like we got some time during the day on the Saturday, and like there's nothing going on. So I say to the wife, I'm like, we doing anything other than just like sitting around watching the clouds go by and drinking beer? She's like, no. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go sling some wood. So for those who don't know, I sell a little firewood on the side. So I zip over to my in-laws' farm, grab a couple loads of wood to bring back to the park. And the wife's like, hey, can you try to find some duct tape at Dad's? Because we had like something that need duct taping in the trailer. Like, yeah, not a problem. So I go to the farm. There's no cars at the farm, so both my in-laws are out and about. So I load up the truck and trailer with some firewood. So I peter into my father-in-law's shop, looking around. I can't find any duct tape. So I'm like, what the hell? So I call my father-in-law. I'm like, hey, Mike, your daughter needs some tape. Where the hell is this tape? I'm in your shop. I can't find nothing. He's like, oh, well, go into the house. It's unlocked. Surprise, surprise. And in the kitchen on the chair is my camo backpack. So my father-in-law, he hunts. He's strictly archery only. Shoots grouse, rabbits, groundhogs, turkeys, you name it, with his compound bows. And he's a very, very proficient shot, by the way. So I go into the kitchen and I have him on speakerphone. So, okay, Mike, like I'm in the kitchen. Okay, I see your backpack. So, and like it's dark in the house. So I turn the flashlight on. I'm in your backpack. Oh, all I see is fucking snacks in here.
Yeah.
Coming from my father-in-law, who's like quasi-diabetic, whatever. All I see is fucking snacks. He's like, look under the snacks, just tape.
Yeah. That's a Mark Vitch backpack right there.
Yeah. Just fucking like candy bars, granola bars, you fucking just snacks. Like, God bless you.
Yeah.
Because like he'll go out, like my father-in-law, fucking, he's in his early 70s and like still hauling ass and kicking whatever the fuck is
kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah,
buddy.
that's it. And yeah, he still trudges out to his fucking back corner's property and plugs fucking turkeys with his string and arrow. But Yeah, this is fucking.
Billy, I've got to ask you.
Yeah.
How many beers deep are you right now?
I have no idea.
Because
Back down.
you, sir, are in fine form right now.
Buddy, I'm having the fucking time of my life. It's my fucking special day.
How old are you today, Philly?
The big 4-4.
Oh,
I was just a young pup.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah. I
still
can't
in
even
your-
reference that to a hockey player because, like, I don't even know who the fuck was 44.
Well,
There's a couple.
Morgan Riley, but
Me.
Never
Yeah.
heard of her.
yeah,
Was
there's a
Sheldon
reason.
Sorry was 44?
Yeah, Sheldon Saray was.
Let's get some fucking big names here.
He had the big old slap shot.
He did have a big old slap. He was a tough.
No,
fucker,
Al
too.
McInnes had the fucking slap shot.
Yeah.
Yes, but so did Sheldon Sorry.
Could
Can't
you
remember.
imagine Could you imagine what McInnes's slap shot would be if he was using one of those sticks today?
Oh, yeah.
Sticks and today's training and today's nutrition and everything else that goes along with it. He probably would have added another 4 or 5 mile an hour left shot.
Fuck yeah, he would, buddy.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
Fuck
he would.
nutrition. Let's talk about oh fuck, what was his name? Oh, Probert. Probert fucking
Probert.
hacking parts on the bench.
Nose beers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little nose candy.
The nose beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Probert fucking hacking darts fucking in the locker room and
So did Guy Lafleur, Mario Lemieux, all those guys did.
fucking
Man.
Guy Lafleur was hacking darts on the fucking ice.
Yeah.
Hey.
I heard a story on NHL 91 the other day. It was about your days with the cup. So it was a guy who wrote a book about days with the cup, and he was telling the story about this one guy who got his day with the cup after they won it. And someone from Montreal or wherever it was said, "Yeah, you should. Are you planning on proposing to your girlfriend?" He's like, "Yeah, I am." He said, "Well, do it on the day you got the cup." So it was his day to have the cup, and he was sitting there and waiting for the cup to show up, and a helicopter shows up with the cup in the doorway of the helicopter, and Guy Lafleur is flying the helicopter, and his
Really?
wife had to hop in the helicopter with him, and he proposed to his wife in a helicopter with the Stanley Cup with Guy Lafleur piloting.
Yeah, well, no one will ever be able to fucking copy that one.
No.
There's some doozy stories with the cup too.
Oh, like
Right.
guys fucking dropping it in lakes and stuff.
Yeah, but it just, fuck, I don't know who it was. Somebody's grandmother, like drinking beer out of it, like at 80 years old. Like she had followed her grandson to every game, was his biggest fan, the whole bit. And then I think it was, I'm going to say it was like Pat Maroon or one of those guys. And when he brought the cup home the first time, like his grandmother, she was so excited for it, and they poured a beer in the cup, and she drank at 80 years old, drank her beer out of the cup. There's just a bunch of fucking great stories.
You haven't lived until you crushed a pint out of the cup.
Well, Rich Peverly, when it showed up, because it shows up at your house like 7:30 in the morning or wherever you want it to show up. That's the time it arrives. That's when your day starts until the next morning or whatever, or until it has to leave for the next destination.
Yeah.
And him and his daughter had cereal
Really?
out of the Stanley Cup. That was the first thing he did with it, and he's got a famous picture of it.
That's pretty cool. Boys, you see that anybody that was watching would have seen my camera just go very faded. The amount of mosquitoes that's in my fucking garage right now.
You gotta smoke those fuckers out.
Holy Jesus.
Get a
Bug zapper.
a thermocell.
Yeah, I got to get something because this is not going to work.
Well, I can
Boys,
tell you,
I
there's no
think-
mosquitoes here in Skugog Township because it's like fucking chilly.
Well, it's warm in the garage, right?
Yeah.
So, it's warm in the garage. Boys, I think we've beat this fucking episode to death here.
Whatever.
Whatevs. It's Philly's birthday. It's my birthday.
Fucking right.
I hope you get a little bit of trim tonight too, Philly.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just fucking saying it like it is, and I would expect you guys would hope the same for me on my birthday too. So, um, um, boys, we'll do a quick around the table and we'll end her here. I know Philly's got some neighbors coming over for some cake, so he's gotta be ready
Pancake.
to
Get DQ cake.
ooh, ice cream
Ice cream
cake.
cake.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
buds.
Very
Fuck
nice.
yeah, buds. That's the way to do it. That's my Canadiana coming out. Boys, I gotta tell you, I do have to tell you this, Mark. You'll appreciate it. Did you see my post on Facebook last night, Mark?
Probably.
Uh, so, um, so a good friend of my dad's and a friend of mine too, I guess, but he was mostly my dad's friend, had passed away a couple days ago. So, this fella was one of the funniest fucking men I've ever met in my life. So I'm talking to my buddy last night, and we're just texting back and forth, and we're telling stories about Hubert House, and of course we're telling stories, so it's too much to type out. So I just use Siri talk to text, and because I'm talking to my buddy, I'm talking normal. I'm not really trying to. Yeah,
You're talking
exactly.
Newfoundlandese.
I'm talking Newfoundlandese, buddy. I use talk to text, talking normal, and then I had to read it before I sent it to my buddy Chris. Oh boy, was it a fucking monstrosity of the English language that I just totally tore apart. It was nasty. It took me just as long to fix all of the grammar and spelling, and I'm not a great person when it comes to grammar anyways. But dude, it was funny as fuck to read what Siri, I guess, translated what I said. It was hilarious. So I apologize to, and no, fuck that. I'm not apologizing to nobody. This is the
No.
way I do. No, fuck that.
I gotta when I'm using when I'm using the friggin' Android when I'm driving around and I want to use nav, so you speak into it.
Yeah.
I have to talk like I'm from friggin' Scugog, Ontario.
Oh,
like
here we go.
you're from Canmore, Alberta. I'm
Like a mainlander.
Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm from Canmore.
I'm from Canada, eh? They think I'm slow, eh?
Remember that on The Simpsons? Hey,
There's
how
our
come you're in the slow class?
reference?
Yeah. How come you're in this class? I just moved
I'm-
here from Canada, eh? They think I'm slow.
I'm slow, eh? Yeah. Never fails.
Never fails. Boys,
We got
let's do
one for every episode.
let's go around the table and let's end this shit show that we got going on
Well,
tonight.
speaking of, what are you sipping there, Damien?
Oh, Old Faithful, buddy, spiced rum.
What is it?
Oh, Captain Morgan spiced.
Yeah.
That's my go-to, man. Like that's my everyday. Yeah, that's my everyday drink is Captain Morgan spice.
Have you been into the Sailor Jerry?
Not a big. See, I'm not a black rum fan, right? Black
Sailor
rum.
Jerry isn't black.
It's not
like
amber.
regular, like amber.
Sailor Jerry's not amber, is it?
Yeah. Kraken's fucking black.
What am I thinking then? Oh,
I got no idea.
no, Sailor Jerry. No, what the fuck?
Sailor Jerry is like a regular, like amber.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's delicious, even straight.
The Kraken spice rum is really good.
Oh,
I've had
yes,
that.
it is.
I've had that, but Captain Morgan, that's my drink. Captain Morgan spice. But old Bobby Cole, that God rest his soul, that just passed away. He was a Captain Morgan black guy, and anyways, enough of that. Boys, let's end this. Mark, to you first.
Good seeing you again, boys. I haven't been around for a couple of weeks. Like I said, or Damien said, we discussed. It's busy a couple of weeks, and it's not going to get any less busy.
Yeah.
Myself and the wife and the father-in-law are headed to the Norfolk, Virginia Beach area in 2 weeks.
Nice.
And that's something I'm really looking forward to. So
Yeah.
we got a lot to do before we leave, and then nothing's going to slow down. I got literally got tree cutting jobs lined up for, but I haven't been able to get at.
Oh, wow.
Send some of that wood this way because I need some.
Yeah, you can have all the white pine you want.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Yeah, hard pass on the white pine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'll
I'm
go
jealous
up like
of
a
your
popcorn
turkey
fart.
hunting exploits. I got to say that because obviously there's not a lot of that going on here in Nova Scotia.
If you were in my boots these last 2 weeks, you'd see otherwise.
Hey, half the fun is the chase, right?
That's true.
It's
true.
gotta suck to make those good times feel good, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to, but it definitely makes some of those good times feel better.
It has been an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
I fucking hate turkeys.
Just imagine how good it's gonna feel when you finally put one of those fuckers in the dirt.
Oh, I'll shoot them twice.
You're gonna get a Tom that busts out of the tree line that like takes the smoke out and flicks it and goes, where all the bitches at?
Yeah.
It'd be like that those big fucking retarded roosters that come out of the like with their feathers down over their paws and everything like that. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be one of them big fucking turkeys coming out.
Fucking Chewbacca Tom.
You got hair on his teeth.
Yeah. All right, Philly.
Well, again, thanks, guys. I appreciate all the love, all the birthday wishes and stuff from everyone on the gram and on Facebook and whatnot. So it's been a good couple weeks here trying to grind the turkeys, and unfortunately, it's yet to come to fruition. But I have faith. I have some change in my strategic plans for next week, and we'll see what happens. But again, thanks everyone. Love you bunches, and again, James. Having a cigar for you, buddy. And just looking forward to this summer and what's coming forward, and looking forward to duck season. And I wish everyone the best.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Union 0430 podcast. We're not experts, nor will we ever pretend to be.
Are we not? I'm a classic example.
Well, me too, buddy. We'll never pretend to be experts. We're just a bunch of buddies that love talking to one another and catching up through here. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Go to YouTube. Go to however you're following. And that's not just a saying when it comes to like and subscribe. We really need it because when we talk to the big guys in the industry, sometimes some of those brands, they want to know exactly how many listeners and followers and shit that we have. So you're really helping us out by liking and subscribing. So please do. Big love. Chat with you all next time.